Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, whatever part of the world you are signing in from. I am just so happy and excited when I sign in here and I see you guys here. This is a huge motivation for me. Thank you guys so much. I see our arts man, Kushal. Thank you so much, Kushal. You are a great little brother. I see Sabash here. I see Devang Ghana. I think you're new. Welcome to One Global Movement. If it is One Global Movement, we are here to help children worldwide from 1 day old to 26 years old and more. And we cannot help children without helping families. So I see Kalamoni here. I see Pona Never, and I see our managing director, Mr. John Barilla. Thank you guys so much. I just decided to start a little early because it's always a good thing to listen to music. Music is something that I love so much. I love to sing, even though my voice is not so good, but I'm going to practice singing like our managing director, John Barilla. And I love to dance. I dance almost every day. I love music, especially gospel music. I love it, love it, love it. And so it just gives me some kind of peace of mind and consolation. And I know that our children love music. My son plays musical instruments so well, especially the piano and the violin and the trumpet. He does very well with those, and he goes to competitions too. And I know that a lot of our children, our young people, they play musical instrument, and some of you might even be playing it too. And so bring it up. We need people that can just come here and show their talents without us having to talk. We just let them come on here and show their talents. If you know any young people who have music as their talent, who even have like they are creating or building something, let them come here. This is the place for it. And so let me play our music first before we start officially, okay? I love that. Let's play our own passive music now. We are here. We are on passive, shining bright into the future. We rise high with one heart and revolution, lifting up humanity as we rise, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn. We are the stars. Okay, it is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to officially start. I hope you enjoyed the music. We are so in it to win it with one love, with one heart. We are rising so high, and we are shining bright like the stars in the sky. So, thank you guys so much for being here. I'm glad that I made it today. My mom had an appointment today that started from 11 a.m. It's a long, long process. And we just got done we arrived home at about 18 minutes after 6 p.m. You can imagine that. But I'm still happy because I didn't want to miss both of our shows today because that would not be fair to the children. And so I was just happy that I am here now. But thank you guys so much for being here. I see Satya who just joined. I am really so grateful. If you guys have any skills, if you know children that have any skills, whether they have a business, that is still a skill. Whether they are building something or whatever they're doing, whether it is like crocheting, whatever they're doing, we want those skills here so that we can showcase what our children are doing in the world, no matter how young they are. We need to encourage these children and students by really, really showcasing what they're doing here so that way we watch them do what they're doing on the stage, and then we can then talk about those things. That is a big encouragement for them. But thank you guys so much for being here. And also thank you for being there at 1 p.m. Eastern Daytime today. I was not able to make it because I want to focus on my mom to make sure that she is okay, so that I can also have a calm mind and also focus on One Global Movement. But thank you guys so much for your love, your presence, and your support. Thank you, Mr. John Barilla, for being the kind of managing director that you are, loving children and also nurturing children. I thank you all so much. I so love you. And so our topic for today, I would like all of us to contribute, because when you contribute, it is exciting, so that it shouldn't just be from one perspective. Remember, we want an all inclusion for our children. We want our children to get involved in everything, because it is these different aspects of life and different perspectives that really help them to grow, to be healthy, and to be happy. So begin to put your own contribution in the chat. So the theme for today is, how can we help our students manage exam anxiety? How can we help our children manage exam or test anxiety? And I know that you have been a student. I have also been a student, and I have also gone through anxiety as a student. So how can we help them manage exam or test anxiety? You know, I will begin with a quote, because it's so good to always begin with a quote. It says, anxiety is like a rocking chair. You know, the rocking chair, you just sit there, you're rocking. Sometimes you're going like this, you're going like this, because you're having that anxiety. You don't know when it's going to stop. You just keep rocking, and your thoughts are going so wild. You don't know. And this affects a lot of our students, even us adults. Anxiety affects us at one point or the other. But some of that anxiety is not all bad. But there is that kind of bad anxiety that is not so healthy for our children. So what then is anxiety? Test or exam anxiety is also known as just a common anxiety. It's not just only for the test or the exam. It's also known as a normal anxiety that we face. Sometimes it can be a job anxiety. Sometimes it can be a business anxiety. But there is that anxiety. But today we are focusing, and always we are focusing on our students and our children. So this refers to a psychological condition where students experience, or during exams or other assessments, when they're taking the exam or test or during other assessments. So this anxiety can be negatively it can impact our students negatively, and it can also impact their performance and well-being. It is important to note that experiencing some level of stress or anxiety before exam is normal. It is normal. It is not all that anxiety that is bad when we are preparing to take exam. We need to let our students know it is normal. Welcome, welcome, Ballyhoo. Thank you so much. So, some level of anxiety is normal. Like today, I had some anxiety when I was taking my mom in because I was so concerned about one global movement that my thoughts were going wild until we had to miss when they called my mom's number because I was so focused on watching one global movement behind the scene. I could not comment, I could not talk, but I was watching it, what was going on. But guess what? That cost us. When they called my mom's number, I was not present. Guess what? They skipped, and we had to spend the longest time there. So some level of anxiety is good. It is not all anxiety that is bad. So when the anxiety becomes overwhelming and interferes with the student's ability to perform their best in school, in their daily lives, or in other areas, that means when it becomes problematic, then we have to seek the advice of professionals, health professionals. But before we do that, we, the parents, have to. Hello, Nancy Jody. Thank you so much. So, we, the parents, we, the caregivers and adults, have to, first of all, make sure we follow our children very well. What is their behavior like? Are we documenting it? This is so important. Don't just say, I will remember when I go to the specialist or the doctor. Write it down, document it, put the dates. What was it that was happening with your student or your child? You write it down so that you can take it to the doctor. All of these things, I do them. That way, you're monitoring your child well. But here's what we parents and adults must do. We must love our children. Love is number one. Loving them, truly loving them from the bottom of your heart so that they can see it, they can see it, they can feel it, they can really hear you say, I love you. You are doing so well with your exam. These are little things that some cultures don't practice because they think this is nothing. I have to be tough with the child so that the child can do well. No, we don't have to be tough with our children. We have to love them. The parents, letting these children know that they are loved, because a lot of children are looking for affirmations, for someone to affirm that they are loved, they are intelligent, they are gifted. If we don't do that, these children, when they hear it from out there, that can be one cause of their anxiety. But when you love your child, don't just feed a child, love the child and feed the child healthily. When these two things are combined, the child is going to do well no matter what. Even when they fail, they will not be worried because they know that failure is part of success. This is very, very important for all of us to really know this, because we don't label a child, you're a failure. They're not a failure because they did not give up. And even so, they are children. If we are labeling them, we are the cause of their failure. This is so, so true. You know, you can talk to me, an adult, call me a failure. To me, it wouldn't mean anything because I know that I'm not. But when you tell a child, the child does not understand. So there are some symptoms. What are some of these symptoms that we have to watch out for? And this symptom does not apply to every child. Two or more can apply to a child, your own child. What are the symptoms like? What have you noticed with your child? Sometimes they're just pacing up and down, or sometimes they can run excessively. Sometimes the anxiety will cause them to overeat, eating. If you are bonding with your child the right way, you will carry out a friendly, loving conversation with your child to find out what is it that they can talk about. You don't even have to ask, do you have anxiety? What are you worrying about? No, you just say, you can just even turn the conversation about you. Sometimes I feel worried about this thing. I don't even know why I was worried, but guess what? I know that I can overcome this. And then you turn around, you ask your child, do you sometimes feel worried? Do you sometimes feel concerned about certain things? Because anxiety is worry. Anxiety is being concerned. But sometimes when you are over concerned about something, when you are over worried about something, it then develops into anxiety, which is very unhealthy for our children. But what are the symptoms? Some of them are physical symptoms. The student may experience like physical manifestation of anxiety, such as increased heart rate. The heart will be beating pam, 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 very fast instead of lopped up, like the way our hearts beat. Then you will know that you can actually, if you're close to that child, you can place your hand on the child, on your student, on your child, and listen to the heartbeat. If you know the heartbeat goes lopped up, lopped up, you can go and Google it and you will also know it for yourself. So you learn it with your child together. So, and then you can have, they can be sweating. Their palms are sweating excessively, or they are sweating on their face or under their armpit, under their armpit is sweating. And then you have a trembling. They start to shake. Sometimes I shake when I'm having anxiety, but it's momentarily, because I know how to overcome that. And then nausea. Some can even vomit. Some can have headaches. Some can have tense muscles. They are so tense, and you see the veins somehow, or neck veins and something. So what do you notice with your own child? Because we all do have anxiety of some level. You have like cognitive symptoms. Anxiety can affect the cognitive functioning of our student, leading to racing thoughts. Cognitive means your thoughts are racing from one thought to this, from this to this, coming back to the same thought repeatedly, like in circles. That can happen. You have emotional symptoms, such as students can experience anxiety that can cause intense feelings of fear, worry, and self-doubt. And sometimes students may fear failure, disappointing others, or the consequences of poor performance. They can even be afraid that they're going to disappoint others. We do, right? Even us, the adults, we do. So begin to put your own symptom that you feel, that you see in your students or your children in the chat, or even yourself. What kind of symptom do you see? Because the doctor doesn't have to diagnose you. You can already know what is going on with you. Then you write it down. So when it becomes too much, you then consult the doctor or a specialist, even with your own child. These things are very important. A lot of our children have poor behavior because we don't watch them well. And not watching your child means that you don't love your child well. A lot of children, what is happening in the world, these children were not properly raised and loved and nurtured and watched. But some of them, their parents are not even present because of one reason or the other. We're not blaming the parents. Of course, we can only give what we have. Nobody can give what they don't have. If you see somebody giving you anger, somebody giving you frustration, jealousy, or all of those things, somebody telling you, don't do this, do but this, that is exactly what they have, because that is life. That is exactly how nature is. Whatever somebody is giving you, if they are giving you love and respect and positivity and all of those nurturing good things, that is exactly what they have. But the good news is we can learn to turn things around by doing it ourselves before our children can see it. We also have behavioral symptoms. Behavioral symptoms, let me pronounce this well. Sometimes I speak too fast. Behavioral symptoms. Students with exam anxiety may exhibit avoidance behaviors such as procrastination. Procrastination is to avoid. Oh, I have not studied well. I will do it some other time. I'm going to let the teacher know. I will do it maybe in 2 weeks or 2 days so that I can prepare well. No, sometimes they are just avoiding it. You have to watch out for those patterns in your student, in your child. I do the same because I want my children to turn out well by the grace of God. We have to do our part. Sometimes it can fail. But when it fails, we do it again. We don't give up. The child will bounce back into those good behaviors that we have laid out for them. We have impact on performance. High level of anxiety can hinder performance by impairing memory, retrieval, problem-solving abilities, and critical thinking. Yes, high level of anxiety can really impair the student's ability to think and to resolve things like mathematics solutions and all of those things. It can really, really hurt the student. So long-term consequences, persistent anxiety, persistently for a while can really, really hurt the students. So now, what can we do with all of this? What can we do? There's a lot of things that we can do to manage anxiety with our students. So this is a very big topic, but we're going to make sure that we close on time so that we can go about our daily activities. For some of you who are already experiencing the sunshine of Thursday, or you can do other things. So how can we manage or help our children, our students manage exam anxiety? Teach stress management techniques. Stress management techniques. They are there. One of them is deep breathing. Imagine when somebody says something to you that you don't like, you immediately become angry. That is anxiety. Instead of you being angry, what do you do? Instead of saying a negative word back to that person, what do? You just go. You do like that like 5 times. You can do it through your nose or through your mouth. You can go. So you breathe on a count to 5. I do that all the time, even when I'm driving. Just even sometimes, not because you even have worries or anxiety. You just want to expand your lungs and get some fresh air into your lungs. You can do that. You breathe on a count to 5. So you breathe on a count of 5, you hold it on a count of 5, and you exhale the air on a count of 5. It helps a great deal. That is very good. Teach students deep breathing. Teach your children, deep breathing techniques. No, techniques such as diaphragmatic breathing. So your diaphragm, it gets in air and gets out the bad air of anxiety from your diaphragm so that you can calm down and then start thinking normally, thinking your usual way. So encourage effective study habits. Number 2, you encourage effective study habit. We're going to be bringing those effective study habits here to teach students. You see that? Because there are some habits that are effective, but it all stem from your child, your student. What are the ways that work for them? Not the way that we want them to do it, not the way that we impose on them. What do you see your student doing when they are studying? Do they study for 25 minutes and then get up and walk around? Or do they study for 25 minutes and go and take a walk in the walking trail? Do they study and get some fresh water to drink to refresh themselves? Do they study and stand up to do something else? Because when you sit for long periods of time, it's not good for you. Sometimes when you are resolving mathematical problems, you can sit for long because you want to follow the process from one step to the other. Sometimes it can take you, like me. Sometimes I can sit for 1 hour, especially when I'm writing. I sit for 1 hour, but I want to make sure that I have my bottle of water. And then I can take a break. I get out of the home. I walk for 15 minutes. Then I come back. Or I can listen to music just walking in my study area or in my office. That helps. So we need to learn. We need to learn our students' study patterns and see that we encourage that. But there are also general study patterns that will help you to digest your studies and understanding very well. And we're going to be coming out with that. So effective study patterns. We teach students how to create realistic study schedules. You create your schedule and follow the schedule. I am going to study today for 1 hour or 2 hours. I'm going to do my homework for 1 or 2 hours. That will help. And we make sure that they are consistent with that study pattern, because when they are consistent, and then they will study effectively, and then they will not be afraid to take an exam or try to procrastinate. So it will help them a great deal. When they don't study, the exam or test anxiety becomes too much because we did not help them fully prepare. We need to discuss these things with them, because if we're talking about uplifting humanity, hey, Uplifting humanity starts with our children because they are the future. And this is what Unpassive is doing, building all this high technology and products with the future in mind. The future are our children, and we need to do this together. And this is what One Global Movement is all about. Because when I went through challenges in my life, I I took the oath between God and man that I will help children never have to go through what I went through when I was young. And that is why I am doing this with a passion. This is all I will do. And I'm not going to do anything else because I want to make sure that children are loved the way they're supposed to, they are nurtured the way they're supposed to, they are fed healthy food. They are taught how to fend for themselves so that they don't live a life of dependency. They can live a life of their own. And those who, for some reason or the other, cannot do it for themselves, then we come behind and make sure that we provide resources for the parents to fully and effectively take care of these children. No child left behind. That is the slogan of One Global Movement. No child left behind. It doesn't matter who that child is. And it is our responsibility. If we are here, now we come out with the resources to try to help. And you are there, you do not build your teams of young people and children in your community, then you must have failed your own community as well. So let us begin to just keep building those teams so that when those apples come, whether they come from Unpassive or from somewhere else, that is what we're going to do. One Global Movement. That's what they're going to do. Provide test-taking strategies. We can provide test-taking strategies to our children, by telling them when you go, you calm down. For me, I was taught to, when I'm in the exam room, I sit and I calm down. I say a little something, affirmation or prayer or whatever to myself. And then it calms me down. It helps me. And now I sit in the exam with confidence. That helps. And I still do it till today. I still do it. So that is for me. What works for me might not work for your own child or your own student. What have you found out what works for your child and your student? It is up to you, not the child. If the child is not doing well because we did not. For those of you who might not know how to read and write in English, you can recruit people to help your child at home. You pay them to help your child because you're investing in their future. That is very good for them. Promote a positive mindset. Remember, positivity is number one. And our students, our children cannot be positive unless you are, unless we are, unless the caregivers are. So positive self-talk. You can teach your child to tell themselves, you know what? I have what it takes. I have studied so well. I am talented. I am gifted. I am blessed and highly favored. I am up to this. I can take this exam. I was created for greatness. I can do this. I can do that. All of these things, affirmative statements. When you teach your child that, it encourages your student, your children to erase negative thoughts from their memories and replace it with positive ones. Their subconscious mind will take it, and that is what they continue to do every day. Positivity yields the best results, whether it is in test or exam taking, whether it is in business, whether it is in our family lives, community life, friendship life, or whatever. Positivity is the way to go. And we are here to teach our children because they are more than the lies that the world is telling them, or some friends are telling them, or the school system, or whatever somebody is trying to put in them, which is negative. They are way above that. And it is us who have to teach them. So promote healthy lifestyle choices. It's so important. What kind of lifestyle choices are you promoting in your student? Do you encourage them to drink alcohol or do drugs because you are doing it? Do you encourage them to eat just junk food, buying food from fast food areas that are not healthy? Remember, those things impact the way they take their exam. If you feed your children with junk food or encourage junk food for them, it's not going to nourish their brains very well. And therefore, they will have test anxiety because they cannot focus. So we need to, that is why One Global Movement is here to help young people and children, and of course, families, to eliminate hunger and replace it with healthy food, healthy farming, healthy gardening, to eliminate illiteracy, to make sure that we build the child up educationally wise so that they will not be experiencing test anxiety and all the other things that come with it, and to eliminate homelessness, to make sure that the children that are running away from war situations or other situations that don't have a home, they have a roof over their head so they can study well, to also eliminate poverty in general. Poverty is what is really causing a lot of families not being able to raise their children the way they're supposed to. But thank God it will go away eventually. So thank you. And then offer flexible assessment methods. We will want to advocate for our children in schools, attending teachers' conferences and attending, student conferences, and also attending teachers' parents association meetings, so that we can also advocate for our students for alternative, flexible assessment methods for our children, not just taking exam. For that child that is truly suffering from real anxiety, we have to advocate for an alternative testing and exam method for them. And most often, when they see that you are involved wholeheartedly with your child and your student, the school authorities will grant that alternative method of test and exam taking. This is very, very important. Please seek professional support. Like I said before, you seek professional support. So we have come to the end, and let me appreciate my beautiful audience here. So we have our man Kushal is here. Kushal is helping behind the scene, guys. Let us give an applause to Kushal. He is helping behind the scene with One Global Movement. Thank you so much, Kushal. And we have Sabaj. Thank you so much for those ping hand. I see a little boy there. That is one of those people that we are working for. We are serving children, and thank you so much for holding that little boy. Thank you. And we have Yvonne Ghana. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. We love you. Thank you so much. We have Kalamoni Chakma. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Whoever talk to you guys about One Global Movement and you're here, we thank you so much. Spread the message. We are here for children. Spread the message. We are here for young people. Spread it worldwide. If you love your child, let people come here so that we can begin to hear from them. We build teams so that when time comes, I'm telling you, even Mr. John Barilla knows that, because he is supporting One Global Movement. Even he has opened 10 accounts to support One Global Movement so that we can get the resources. It's not just on passive. I'm also building resources here with the government of the United States so that we can help these children in the world. So thank you. And John says, hello everyone, and welcome to One Global Movement. Let's get ready for tonight's presentation, and thank you for coming. Thank you so much, John. I highly appreciate you for that. And we have our man, Satya. Satya, I'm still waiting for you to come and encourage young people. You are a good role model with what you're doing so that young people can copy from you. And Unpassive, we love Unpassive, certainly. That is why we give credit, all the credit to Unpassive, because if not of Unpassive, we will not be here talking. So we thank Unpassive. Ballyhoo, how are you? Thank you so much for saying hello to me. You guys are an inspiration to me, and you're saying hello to everyone. And hello to John Berrilla. And we have our beautiful sister, Nancy Jody, saying hello, everyone. When I am not here, I miss you guys. One Global Movement is for our children. That means is for us. Thank you so much, Nancy. You are one of our inspirations here with what you are always saying about One Global Movement. And it is true. One Global Movement is for our children. And if it is for our children, it is for us. Remember, if we raise these children well, they do well, they're happy, they're healthy, guess what? There will be our social security. When we are old, we cannot do things for ourselves. They will be there for us. So let us do our best. Not to do it is a crime against humanity. That's how I see it. Not to raise and love our children. It doesn't matter whether it's your biological child or not. Not to do that is a crime against humanity. What you see here today, this me was raised, loved, nurtured, and educated by an entire village. And I am still the very first child with the highest level of education. I'm just saying this to tell you that it takes an entire community, an entire village, an entire country, and an entire world to raise children. They don't have to be your own children. I'm not saying this to be proud. No, I am saying this because that is what it took for me to be here. And that is why I am bent on doing this for children globally. And we cannot do it for children without doing it for families. Thank you so much. Nancy says, when you love and you're caring for your child, you can see easily any signs of anxiety. One of the first sign is they trying to remove themselves from family members or friends. Thank you. Thank you so much. That is one of the signs. Thank you so much. Especially our young adults. We need to watch out. Those kids are going through a lot that we don't know. We need to watch out for them. Thank you so much, Nancy. And Pona, how are you? Thank you so much for being here. Unpassive is our place to be. Thank you so much. And Nancy says, hello, Ballyhoo. Hello, Peggy. Hello, John. Hello, Newa. Hello, Gosh. Hello, Fole. Blessings to all of you, brand ambassadors. Blessings to you, Nancy. We love you so much and we bless your soul. And Kusha say, hello, Nancy Jody. And we have Bali who says, hello, Kushal Peggy. Thank you guys so much for being here. The time is up. We thank you. See you tomorrow. Or it's already tomorrow for some of you guys. See you again at 1 p.m. Eastern Daytime or at 8 p.m. Eastern Daytime. But please, 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 like Mr. John Barilla always says, let us be on All Connect on Fridays. All the population that is coming here Monday through Thursday, let us carry this to All Connect. It is so important that we do that, all of us, please. And this is not for me. Remember, we are serving children. And if we are serving children, we are serving you. We are serving your own children. Let us keep encouraging people to come here because why? One Global Movement is here to serve children, help them eliminate hunger, eliminate illiteracy, and eliminate poverty worldwide. We love you. And until tomorrow, I say peace to all of you. Bye-bye.